with the CDC, the CDC is considering revising all age recommendations for meningitis vaccinations, which can obviously potentially leave many young kids and adults at risk. So, Dr. Wendy, what is meningitis and how is it contracted?
So meningococcal disease is a bacterial form of meningitis. It is acquired by something as simple as sneezing or coughing, but can also be acquired by sharing utensils, drinking out of the same soda bottle as someone else, or even kissing. That is why adolescents are at an increased risk because of the activities that they participate in. What a lot of people don't realize with bacterial meningitis or meningococcal disease is that it can take a healthy adolescent and within 24 hours can be fatal. About 10 to 15% of people who contract it die, and one in five who do survive, that's about 20%, are left with severe disabilities. And you're going to hear my colleague Jonathan speaking with you about that today. But we believe that the best defense is a good offense, and that is why we're here today to talk about the importance of vaccinations that are available to protect against bacterial meningitis.
And you mentioned that, you can get it from sharing soda, you can get it from sharing utensils. So a lot of people, they don't really think about, okay, we'll pick up the utensil, I'll get a quick drink. They don't really think about that. What kind of tips, suggestions do you have?
Of an adolescent, now a young man, I think the best way to prevent it is to be vaccinated, because kids are going to do this. We're not going to say to someone, you can't kiss your girlfriend or, your friend. And so I think that the best way to handle it is, yes, be reasonable in what you're doing, but most importantly, get the vaccination at 11 to 12 and get that booster shot at 16.
Well, thank you, Dr. Wendy, for that. We will go on to and meet with Jonathan DeGuzman now, who is a meningitis survivor. So, Jonathan, tell us a little bit about your story and kind of your, the disease and what you went through.
Yeah, so it happened back in 2005. I was your normal college student getting ready to turn in a paper on the day of class. And I had flu-like symptoms. So I had this stiff neck, runny nose, sore throat, everything. So like any normal person, I just went back home, drank plenty of fluids, and just took a nap that day. But the next thing I remember, it was 12 days later, and I woke up from a coma, and doctors were frantic just to try to save my life because I was diagnosed with meningococcal meningitis. And so they had to amputate all 10 of my fingers and both of my feet. So I am permanently disabled, but I do depend on, prosthetic legs and a wheelchair that I use. So as a dancer, who dances hip hop, salsa, merengue, it really, kind of tore me down, especially not only physically, but mental health wise. I never thought I would be dancing again. And so I just kind of propelled forward and just try to make sure that my health was on track and, try to be as independent as possible. And so I'm here with Dr. Wright, just making sure that we spread the information about the importance of vaccination and what we can do to prevent it.
Well, thank you, Jonathan, for sharing your story. Jonathan and Dr. Wendy, where can, families, parents go to for more information on all of this?
If our listeners are interested and want to get more information, they can go to bit.ly/meningitis vaccination. We really do appreciate you taking this time today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wendy and Jonathan, for joining us. Take care, have a good day, and thank you once again.